Hello there, welcome back to another episode on Navision Dynamics 365 Business Central, and today we are going to explore a whole new data type that has been added to the Business Central. There are several which have been added, like text builder, dictionary. Today we are going to look at the list data type. So, okay, previously while using curl, you could, when you wanted to list, like using when you wanted to list items, a list of items, you used an array. The challenge with an array, it's bound. You need to know the number of elements that will be stored in the array before trying to before generating or before using it. Like, you should know, like, my dataset will have, let's say, 8 elements or 10 elements before you generate or you use it. But for a list, you don't need to do that. For list, you just the list, you just add items to it without defining the number that should be there. So I've created a report, a sample report here, a report that will list customers. Okay, we'll add a variable for list very fast. Let's do it. Let me call it my list. It's advisable you use camel case. So here you say it's a list of, that is how it's defined. Let's say we want a list of text where we'll be able to store the name of the customer. Let's go up in the report. Now, on after get record, we want to add the name of the customer to the list. So on each record, looping of the record, we add the customer.name to the list. My customer has been defined right here on top, so we add the name of the customer to the list. Okay, now after adding the name of the customer to the list, we would like to the user, okay, on the request page of this report, the user has an ability to enter the index, whichever index they want to view, so that we can reach that index of the list. So right after the index will be on the request page, and right after the processing has been done on post report, we'll try to display, let's say, you have selected, let's put it in a label, the final message. The final message is, it's a label that says you have selected customer this. So, and then we come here and we want to display this final message. Final message comes here. You have selected customer. My list dot index of, okay, now it's supposed to be value at, just a minute, where is my is it supposed to be, oh, it's supposed to be index of okay, searches for a specific value and returns the one. Okay, we don't want the index of, we want the value of the index. So let me get it. Get range, it will be the add range contains count get, yeah. So we will get the index as an integer. Okay, so we will get now the index, the return index number that we have entered on top there, and that is it. I think I'm having an error here. Have I specified so many braces? I think so. Okay, but there is a caveat. The only thing we need to check is if the count matches. If my list.count is less than or equal to, okay, no, if the return index number, okay, I can still use my list.count. If the count is greater than or equal to the return index number, then we display that message. Else we say, sorry man, the index that you have requested, okay, not found error. Let's say not found error. The index that you have requested has not been found. Then we come and just enter it there, and with this we can be able now to test our list and see if we have done something substantial. Let's do a jumper mode, try and review our code. So we have said that on after get record we are adding the customer name to the list. Here it is checked, and then on the request page we are allowing the customer to enter the index and confirming that it's not less than 0, because the list counts from 1 to, unlike the array, it doesn't count from 0, it counts from 1, so you don't need to do a subtract on the index. I think that's it. This data type, it's amazing because you don't need to know the number of items that are there. So let's run our code and go and test and see. So in the list of customers, I set a trigger to run a report. I call this, I say run the report. So when you run the report, you get an option of doing an index. So let's try and tease this thing. We put no index there. Oh, the return index number must have a value. That is the first control. Okay, let's run the report again. Now we want the value at index 5. Which customer is the 5th customer in the list? You have selected customer Elkhorn Airport. So this is the 5th customer, because the list has added the customer into the list and selected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct. Now let's try and sort the customer. How many customers do we have? I don't know. Let's try randomly index number 15. Straight away run the report. Set the index to 15. No filter. And then try to run. Whom have I selected this time? Okay. There is no response. Let me try again. Index number 15. You mean you don't even have 15 customers in this report? You have selected customer Zanlam Corp. Okay, that is 15. Let's try index number 200. The index that you have requested has not been found. Okay, that is how you can use the list to get a detail or to get an unbound list. and this is an amazing data type that we should make use of as developers. Thank you and God bless.